Welcome, everyone. What's Left Podcast. John here with Jake and Brad. We are the Punk Rock Garage Band podcast, adding our voice to resistance as loudly as we can here on the Derealization Nation Media Network. Please, before we get started, check us out, like and subscribe on YouTube if you're on YouTube. Guys, we got a big show to get to today. The Israel-Hamas ceasefire started today, uh, and already Israel has violated it, obviously, while blaming Hamas for violating it and also other stuff. The Middle East corruption party that they threw was about as much of a ceasefire as actually existed. It seems like they just stopped shooting long enough to talk about how corrupt they are. We've also got 20 people missing in Alaska, ICE kidnapping citizens, a couple of them. Going to talk about Cory Booker, the New Jersey governor's race, as well as the Ohio governor's race, and these new racist tweets from young Republicans. Surprise, surprise, Nazis being Nazis. So, got all that to get to. Check us out on TikTok, Instagram, and Threads. And if you haven't already, like and subscribe, YouTube, Substack. All right, guys, let's start in Israel. Uh, the ceasefire, first full day was today. Um, First of all, Israel violated it with tank strikes, drone strikes. They killed 7 people at my last count. Um, so already they have violated their word and, of course, blamed Hamas for doing it. Hamas was unable to return the hostages uh, ahead of the timeline that they had originally planned because they were unable to find the hostages because Israel had buried them. Uh, Kind of the whole, almost every problem that the Israeli hostages reported was sort of caused by Israel. They complained about not having enough food at times. They complained about the walls of their tunnels collapsing around them. There was some reports of torture from the Israelis, but far more reports of torture coming from Palestinian prisoners who have been there for a very, very long time. So, guys, I'm sure that neither of you are surprised uh, that Israel has violated the ceasefire already. Um, but go ahead and give me your reacts on the ceasefire day one.
It's insane to me. The media coverage says the Israeli hostages and the Palestinian detainees,
Hmm.
like like somehow the Palestinian people have done wrong and they're detainees, the same way that these immigrants that ICE is kicking the door down of is a detainee. They're the our media is putting a stigma on them right from the beginning. Um, and notice the number of 20 hostages released by Hamas as opposed to the hundreds that Israel held. And Israel turned Gaza into a pile of rubble, um, and is going to continue to do it. They're essentially saying it's a ceasefire because we're giving you a chance to get the fuck out,
Yeah,
and if you don't, we're just going to kill you. There's no the ceasefire is a joke. It is either get out. It is an ethnic cleansing. It is very clear this is an ethnic cleansing. You either get out or you die. And apparently, our media is going to portray it as Hamas is still the agitator, no matter what happens. So Israel is going to be free to do whatever they want in the name of Hamas. A terrorist is attacking them, so they couldn't possibly continue with the ceasefire. They had to keep turning Palestine into rubble.
yeah. Jake, any surprises for you? Are you shocked to
N-
find that they're still killing people?
No, I am confused. What you said they blamed them for breaking it first because they couldn't find the hostages?
Yeah, they were having trouble finding the hostage bodies under the rubble.
Oh,
They've been removing bodies from the rubble already. 300-ish Palestinian bodies have been removed from the rubble, and the number is only going to grow. Estimates now are closer to estimates like we were talking about earlier, that people would dispute all the time, closer to the hundreds of thousands. One estimate as high as 687,000 people under between the rubble and the 67,000 that have been talked about. So just an insane amount of of killing, of death.
hmm.
Um, Also, among these prisoners of Israel's, one that did not get released was 16-year-old Mohammed Ibrahim. People may remember his story, even if they don't remember his name. There was some 16-year-old kid from Tampa in Israel at the time who was detained for throwing rocks at an Israeli tank. And he is still in custody. They did not release him as part of this deal. So that is also so you have an American citizens rotting in an Israeli prison still, a child, and somehow he was not part of this release. And of course, if you the only news story that I found on it was from the Tampa Bay local news. So he's still in prison rotting. Um, they just something about these Republicans, they just love to torture kids. Uh, and if anybody was curious as to why they had a ceasefire at all. It seemed to be so they could throw themselves a fucking congratulatory party. I've got only a couple of the clips um, from this. Bibi Netanyahu was booed by his own people during a speech by Steve Witkoff the other day. Um, but Trump, always with this pulse on the people, had this to say.
I have an idea. Mr. President, why don't you give him a pardon? By the way, that was not in the speech, as you probably know. But I happen to like this gentleman right over here, and it just seems to make so much sense. You know, whether we like it or not, this has been one of the greatest wartime presidents. This has been one of the greatest wartime presidents. And cigars and champagne, who the hell cares about that? I can tell you we have weapons that nobody's ever dreamt of. I hated certain of the weapons because the level of power is so enormous. It's so dangerous, so bad. But we have to do what we have to do. We make the best weapons in the world, and we've got a lot of them. And we've given a lot to Israel, frankly. And I mean, Bibi would call me so many times, can you get me this weapon, that weapon, that weapon? Some of them I never heard of, Bibi, and I made them. But we'd get them here, wouldn't we? And they are the best. They are the best. But you used them well. It also takes people that know how to use them. And you obviously used them very well.
If you're not watching, the side by side was played with the destruction of Gaza. The utter, just blatant out there. It starts off with the champagne and cigars, which is part of one of thousands of allegations against Benjamin Netanyahu. He accepted hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of cigars and champagne from people who were lobbying him as a politician, foreign interests. But the point is that Trump just doesn't give a fuck about corruption. And that was just the beginning, the tip of the iceberg out there. But like this whole Middle East thing, guys, like Trump in the Middle East is just, it's cash and crypto transactions. And this man is out here just fucking around in front of everybody. And nobody is calling out like how corrupt it is. Instead, what do you got? The media is just out here like praising this ceasefire like it's some kind of fucking lasting peace deal. Is there any rhyme or reason to this? Or is it just money?
Brother, they all bow down to Israel. That is what the rhyme or reason is. Everyone is controlled by Israel.
That's crazy.
It's what it is.
I mean, it's hard to argue otherwise.
It is. It's impossible to argue otherwise.
I guess there's a 16-year-old boy who was born and raised in Tampa, Florida, in an Israeli prison. And
that's what I mean. He can't even America first when it comes to releasing hostages.
Exactly. It's all about Israel, and it's also sick. Like it's sick. They're sitting here and they're throwing themselves this fucking congratulatory party on the graves of children. Lots and lots of children.
I hope that someone took a still frame of Donald Trump standing in front of the Israeli flag so that we can remember his legacy, because that's what it is.
Yeah.
He is a president for Israel.
Yep. He said so. He also called out his main donor, one of his, well, not one of his main donors. She gave almost as much money as Elon Musk to this campaign, but people barely talk about her. Her and her husband have been big time donors and supporters of the pro-Zionist cause.
She loves this country. Her and her husband are so incredible. We miss him so dearly. But I actually asked her, I'm going to get her in trouble with this, but I actually asked her once, I said, so Miriam, I know you love Israel. What do you love more, the United States or Israel? She refused to answer. That might mean Israel, I must say.
That's our president. That's the guy running our country, bro.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
That's almost what infuriates me more about all of this is that just on a national, like on a grand scale, on a global scale, he just embarrasses us.
Yeah.
Like we do not look like badasses. Like I went on my rant last time, or whatever. We do not look like, you know, what I mean, like a leading power in the world anymore. We don't have a well-spoken president. He sounds like a fucking idiot.
Yeah. Oh, because he is an idiot. Like that's why he sounds like one. He's an idiot. He's a fucking pedophile. He's a criminal. He's a fraud. Uh, and he is also the president of the United States.
He's like the guy you would meet at your local town bar at 4 o'clock on a Tuesday. That's what he sounds like when he talks. It's embarrassing.
Yeah, it is. I mean, it's a little close to the vest for me. I mean, I feel a little bit attacked, but hey, that's all right. You know,
You were there. You were there at 4:30.
That was the old me. Um, yeah, I don't know. It's corruption in plain sight. Jake, have you heard anybody? I know I haven't heard them, so but so I just assume that nothing is breaking through with people calling out the corruption going on in the Middle East. Simply praise for Trump. Am I right?
No, it's still not even like commonly talked about, I don't think.
Yeah, that's not talked about at all.
It's just brushed over. I talk with it with my friends a lot,
Hmm.
but that's about it.
I think that's kind of the point that like people aren't getting. Here's Cory Booker. I was going to play this later in the show, but this just seems like it's relevant right now. So this is Cory Booker earlier today on the I've Had It podcast and getting called out for the picture that he took with Bibi Netanyahu earlier this year. And also the vote to approve Jared Kushner's dad to an ambassador seat. And so this is Jennifer.
I feel like the opposition needs to be fuck no across the board. What do you have to say about the capitulation that you participated in and where the Democratic Party is right now?
And we have a really good way of holding up these purity tests. That if I agree with you on 95,
that's such bullshit. That is such bullshit. It's not a purity test. It's a, are we in this fight? And we hear you, like when you did your 25-hour speech, I was like, go, Cory. And then there's a photo shoot with you with Benjamin Netanyahu. And I was just like, what in the actual fuck?
I'm sorry. I have real problems with Benjamin Netanyahu. Outrageous things that he's doing. The way you fight for those things is you sit down face to face with somebody. I have disagreements with a lot of people. Look, I'm one of a handful of people that don't take corporate PAC money. I don't understand my Democratic
What
Party.
about APAC money? You take APAC money, don't you?
A minuscule percentage of my resources come from
I read it's like 800,000.
Yeah, but that's a lifetime number.
So profoundly disappointed with the leadership. Like, for example,
I'm going to leave it there because that's the subject we want to talk about. Is the
There
APAC money?
There are people that will not make $800,000 in their lifetime.
Right. Right.
Yeah, it's a small percentage.
Well, so then fucking give it up then. It shouldn't matter then
Right.
if you just stop taking it.
It's minuscule. Give it up, Cory, or get 86, brother.
And I'm sorry.
That's, I mean, it's so fucking frustrating, but like, there's Miriam Adelson. She's worth $60 billion, right? And Trump's just like, yeah, she pays for this. She paid for the Golan Heights. She paid to have the capital moved back to Israel. Like it's I don't know. It's disgusting. Like it's absolutely disgusting. Just buying and selling people's lives over there. Just barter and trade. Uh, Trump was caught on a hot mic with the president of Indonesia, talking about a crypto deal. So that part that's inaudible, people have said that they're talking about finding a place to meet and finding a spot where he can meet up with Eric and Don Jr. So Eric and Don Jr. are not in the government, so they have no business meeting with a world leader. Period. It doesn't have to be any more complicated than that. Like that's enough for corruption right there. It's foreign influence. But something about a painting or Hunter Biden's laptop, right? That's what's important.
Yeah.
The amount of outrage around nothing that Republicans managed to muster for all of that. And not nothing, maybe not. Okay, so not nothing. Let me be more fair. Okay, around something that was disattached entirely from the presidency, right? Like there's no proof that at all that this had anything to do with the presidency or even happened during his presidency. It happened during a vice presidency and still no effect on the outcomes of government. However, this is directly during a presidency, while they are not, and it's fucking out front in front of everybody, and nobody is saying anything about it, with like the exception of maybe like two senators, and that's it, and nobody else talks about it. Just fucking incredible.
Well, the
Absolutely.
Republicans have no backbone, and the Democrats also have no backbone, but with a pride flag.
Sometimes.
Sometimes. Not
Yeah,
if
that's true. That's true.
It's
not if
hidden behind them sometimes.
right.
They pull it out when they need it.
Exactly. Not if the Republican neighbor is looking.
Right.
Won't want to offend anybody by existing. Speaking of, let's take a second to acknowledge the passing of Miss Major. Is that correct, Jake? The trans activist who was at Stonewall, and she has a big place out in Arkansas, and she had basically adopts transgender children who are
House and help them find jobs. She was a huge advocate for queer.
yeah. And so she passed, and I mean, just an incredible, uh, just an incredible person. Like, did so much. Her catchphrase is something like it's "I'm still here," right? Like that's what
Mm-hmm.
she says. Yeah, I'm still here. So she is still here. We'll say her name and remember her presence tonight because it's activists like that that really begin and make the changes. Stonewall was a huge part of the movement, really the beginning of the movement, if I'm not mistaken. But and going into Saturday and the No Kings protest, there's no better person to look to for guidance than someone who spent their life being an activist and actually using whatever influence and power they had to make direct change in people's lives. So,
Period. Did you see what Mandami said about it too? It was beautiful.
yeah, yep,
Yeah.
yeah, he really did a great
First
job.
time we've seen a politician say trans rights in a long time.
Yeah, it's these ones.
Mhm.
It's him, it's Plattner, it's these ones that have no ties to the actual party. The ones who are gaining in popularity quickly without the party's help. They're the ones who speak out about this stuff. It's the other ones, and we're going to talk about this a little bit more later on in the show, right after we talk about ICE. But there's just these corporate Democrats that don't have this same clarity are falling behind or struggling in their races, whereas the ones who are actively protecting the rights of trans people and actively uh, saying that, talking about ICE and talking about the fascist takeover, those are the ones doing well. And the people who are like trying to hedge their bets and stick to kitchen table issues. They're struggling more because people see what's going on and people want change. All right, let's cover uh the Alaska thing. I just want to real quickly acknowledge it because there's not a lot of information out there, but there is a Category 4 typhoon that came in from Japan with 156-mile-per-hour wind. It has flooded major portions of Alaska and is causing damage all over indigenous lands as well. And while the National Guard is busy being deployed to protect thugs all throughout the country, no National Guard has been sent. No acknowledgement of the disaster has been made. And this is a state that regularly votes for Republicans, so it really hard for Trump to make an argument that they don't deserve disaster relief. But Kristi Noem is too busy playing dress up to allocate FEMA funds. She's really just a piece of shit, isn't she? One of the biggest. So we'll stick with her department and let's talk about ICE. So in our comments, people wanted to see the video of the girl getting kidnapped, didn't believe it. There was this thing in right-wing media where they were trying to say that this girl had committed some kind of crime and the video was from March 2024 or something. That is not true. It's not true. This is a video of this girl, and what we now know about her is that turn that volume down, but what we now know about her is as you see them approaching the car, they're going to pull her out, whip her around, and throw her to the ground. Now, this girl had just left her kidney surgery. So as you watch her brutalize this young lady, just remember that she is fresh out of kidney surgery on her way back from the hospital and had to return to the hospital after this. After she had her got knelt on by the guy who's huge. It's a big dude, and he is kneeling on this little girl's neck. But the escalations have increased. Guys, this one's really fucked up. So this 15-year-old autistic boy who is sometimes nonverbal and they say has the mind capacity of around 4 to 5 years old, was picked up by ICE. His parents thought he had just disappeared. They put in a missing persons report. They found him in a detention center, luckily unharmed. But what kind of fucking asshole do you have to be to arrest an autistic child without his? I mean, that's crazy, right? Like that's.
And then keep them.
Yeah, it would have been evident.
Like, don't go find his parents. You just keep them there.
What were they gonna do with them? Just like let him die? It just makes no sense.
I just can't understand how we're just allowed to just pick up anybody, just detain them, put them in custody. There's just no rules at all.
That's what authoritarians do. They're out there.
Yeah,
they're gonna try to see what will you let them do because they're not allowed to do any of it. But if you allow them to, then they're allowed to do it.
what part of America is this? Because this is not the America they told me about. We're supposed to be kicking these people in the teeth, and they get mad when we go out in dinosaur costumes and dance on the street.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? These like pro-America people are like supposed to be kicking our government in the teeth right now. And they're like shaming us for protesting them. That's what they're doing.
They're calling the No Kings rally terrorists. They're calling it the Hate America rally. No Kings is like it was a really smart branding for the group Indivisible because I mean it's the one thing like that's what the whole premise is built on. We don't have a king. That's the whole fucking point. Now you can argue whether it's more of a democracy or more of a republic or where the balance is or is not. But what it is not is a monarchy. And that everybody agrees on. Except for apparently these Nazis who run the government now. So they also arrested a journalist, a white woman. So when white women are being thrown to the ground and arrested with press credentials, I think it's probably like that should be sending some alarm bells off.
It's not great news for us, folks.
No, like that should scare the fucking shit out of you. There is no mistaking her for anything other than a white at all. I didn't bring the video because it kind of shows her ass, and I just feel like we don't need to keep doing that to her. Uh, but uh, yeah, the poor woman got slammed to the ground, arrested. So that's a white woman. Also, just as before we came on, this video was released, and this is just crazy, man. Like these are not even these are, and of course, how would you know? But this is the second Black American citizen arrested in 2 days. The first one was much older. This man is 19 years old and just swooped up coming out of a convenience store.
He's a citizen! Why are you running? Because you saw you like He's a citizen! He's a citizen! That's my brother-in-law! Get the fuck away from me!
You see how fast he pulled his fucking mask up?
Of course.
They know they're doing shit wrong.
You don't know what's going on, so get the fuck back! Back up! Back the fuck up!
We decided to run out the store because there was too many ICE agents and we got scared. And on the way out, my brother-in-law was tackled to the ground, and they told him, my brother-in-law asked, why are you holding me down? And they said, because you're running out the store.
He's a citizen! He's a citizen! Why are you running? Because you saw you like He's a citizen! He's a citizen! That's my brother-in-law! Get the fuck away from me! You don't know what's going on, so get the fuck back! Back up! Back the fuck up!
That dude should have been punched right in the fucking face. I swear to God, dude. I swear to God, scream at me like that.
It makes no sense to me that we're just allowing this shit to happen.
That's what I'm saying. Are you fucking kidding me? Tells this woman, you don't know what's going on. She just told you that's her fucking brother. She knows exactly what's going on.
Right. You're an ICE agent, bro.
Jesus Christ. This is what I mean. They're all just unqualified racists, and that's literally the only prerequisite for the job is to just be as racist as possible.
And they took him and they sent him to Cow Park, and we were there at Cow Park and they told us to leave, and right now he's still being detained and we're just waiting to see what's gonna happen.
How old are you?
I'm 21.
How old was your brother?
My brother-in-law is 19. U.S. citizen, yes, you have a job, but at this point they're abusing their rights and everybody's rights.
Fucked up. It's fucked up, but that's the reality. That's the reality of what we're dealing with right now. So if you're not worked up yet, get worked up and get out there and protest on Saturday.
Is this not a military police state? Is that not what this is? Because it feels like a military police state.
I mean, yeah. No, 100%. 100%. Obviously it is. You know what? And even like, I'll tell you, like, even the pushback in the comment section from MAGA just doesn't have the teeth it used to have.
No, they've gone soft.
They've gone, yeah. They used to have a hard on for this shit, but you know, they've gone flaccid.
They have. There's no support anymore.
No, even like the worst kind of people know that this is wrong. So
Yeah.
at this point, like you know, like nobody is confused as to whether or not this is okay. No one.
You got all 4'11" of Joe Rogan on his podcast standing on phone books to tell us that even he's like, this is a little bit much.
So yeah, this is a little bit crazy. It's a little bit crazy.
Yeah.
That motherfucker, dude, he's got all day to like I work a whole job and I do more fucking research for this podcast than he does for his 3 hours of fucking rambling. He doesn't even read things. He doesn't even read the newspaper. It's so infuriating to hear that man talk. And they all like talk about their fucking cold plunge baths and shit, but you all look like fucking dick skin. Like you all are like purple and weird. Like what is like I don't want any advice. I don't know why anybody listens to these people. It just makes no fucking sense to me. Where do we get to a fucking place in this country where we listen to these people who are just out here hawking fucking testosterone supplements and ivermectin. I don't know.
Here we are. It is idiocracy come to life.
It is, but like even that movie just didn't do it justice. Like water from the toilets. Holy shit. Holy shit. Okay. So yeah, let's talk about this Vivek Ramaswamy thing. You guys ready for that?
Yeah, I am.
Okay. So Vivek Ramaswamy, for those who don't remember, was originally part of the Doge team, but was rejected by the Trump administration in favor of just letting Elon Musk uh, work on his own. And I think he's figuring out why, slowly but surely. But this is what happens. I mean, this is what happens. Like, you are not welcome in the Republican Party if you are not. Well, just listen.
Jesus Christ is God, and there is no other God. He is part of the Holy Trinity, and any other God is a demon, and it's false. How can you represent the constituents of Ohio who are 64% Christian if you are not a part of that faith? If you are an Indian, a Hindu, coming from a different culture, different religion than those who founded this country, those who grew this country, built this country, made this country the beautiful thing that it is today, what are you conserving? You are bringing change. I'll be 100% honest with you. Christianity is the one truth.
Christian voices should be the main voice of America, and I want to know basically why you seem to be, and I don't mean to be horribly offensive, but why you seem to be masquerading as a Christian.
You familiar with the Ten Commandments?
You call yourself a Hindu, but you also call yourself Christian.
I don't call myself Christian. I call myself a Hindu. I'm not running to be pastor of Ohio. I'm running to be governor of Ohio, and I didn't run to be pastor of America. I ran to be president of the United States of America. What's your faith?
I'm a Christian. I'm a follower of Jesus.
Great. Do you believe in the Holy Trinity? The Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit?
I think a lot of people here do. So
good. And that doesn't make you a polytheist, does it?
Probably not, no.
Great. And so in my faith, I believe there's one true God. He resides in all of us, and he appears in different forms, but it's one true God. So I'm an ethical monotheist. That's the way I would describe my faith. Do you think it's inappropriate for someone who's a Hindu to be, say, a U.S. president?
No, I think it's... No, well...
You be honest.
Isn't Hinduism...
Because you're an Indian.
I can ask yourself that Hinduism believes in Shiva and what is it? The flute god. I forget.
Right, Krishna, who's you're thinking of?
Yeah, Krishna. But isn't Charlie Kirk's organization founded on Christian values as well? And isn't the United States of America also, based on what Protestantism is, based on how those values are? Wouldn't that contradict what your beliefs are?
Like I said, I'm not here to justify my faith to you any more than you are to me, but what I do share is the value set this country was founded on. And I think that it's really important that we not reinvent the founding of this country and what it was actually all about.
Good luck, pal.
I never thought the leopards would eat my face. I never thought the leopards would eat my face.
Go ahead, Jake.
What?
Oh, I thought you were gonna say.
No, I'm just absorbing that all in. That's insane.
I kind of want to go back real quick and look at a couple of different parts of this, because this is such a fucking problem.
The problem is they don't have a political view; they have a
religious view.
A religious view. Not the same.
No, it is not. But they don't see the difference. So first of all, the founders of this country were not all Christians at all. So they were deists, a lot of them, including Thomas Jefferson, who wrote the Declaration of Independence, Benjamin Franklin. So I think he told them that at some point, but they just don't care. They don't give a fuck. Because facts have never mattered to these people. Reading is clearly not important. And also, conservatism does not mean no changes. Conservatism means preserving the liberal democracy Like that's what it means. And if you are a neocon, you believe that means that you go to the ends of the earth to spread that liberal democracy at the pointed end of a bullet. And that's what conservatism means. It doesn't mean not changing anything. That's sort of I mean, that's what conservative means, I guess. To conserve means technically, but that's not what a conservative politics is all about. It's about preserving the Constitution, which clearly states freedom of religion, freedom of speech, all things that this administration gives no fucks about, and Turning Point USA gives no fucks about. So yeah.
Here's the thing in Ohio, we're about to see whether they hate brown people more or they hate women more.
Yeah, they're really in a fucking pickle in Ohio because
it's Ramaswamy versus Dr. Amy Acton.
A professional woman.
Ponzi scheme billionaire Vivek Ramaswamy or Dr. Amy Acton. One of them is brown, the other is a woman.
Ooh, dude, the buildup is huge. The buildup
Dude,
is
they have to hate the situation they're in right now.
I think what you mostly have is just like low voter turnout. That would be my guess. It's like this excites those MAGAs that voted the one time because they felt like Trump was like, I don't know, giant orange groiper or whatever, are probably not coming back for Vivek Ramaswamy. It's just a guess.
You're both right.
They might find the answer in the Bible.
And they really hate women, though, dude.
They fucking hate women. So if they do come out, it would literally be to save themselves from being bossed around by a lady.
For sure.
That would be the one thing. And I can see that. She is very non-committal to most things, but she says she's not taking corporate PAC money, has not yet, to my knowledge, taken any APAC money. And so that's good. She's not like a loud voice for just about anything. She's about as bland and vanilla as it is, because they think that's what they need to win in these areas. But when you look at like the New Jersey race, and New Jersey's kind of a bluish area, although, purple for sure and becoming redder, but they think that they need to run this Mikey Sherrill against this Jack Citronella or whatever the fuck his real name is. Give a
Shitterelli, dude. Shitterelli.
Yeah, I do not fucking apologize for mispronouncing Nazi names. I don't give a fuck. Okay. So Jack Cella and her are on this debate stage, and they just both, point out how bad of a candidate each of them is. And he's obviously just vile trash. But of course, she's taking APAC money and, into stock trading and just all of the typical corporate bullshit that you would come to expect from the Democratic establishment.
As you got paid to develop an app so that more people could get more opioids and die.
I got to walk at my college graduation. I got to walk at my college graduation.
And I'm so glad that you then went on to kill tens of thousands of people in New Jersey, including children,
and I never broke the law.
You just broke the law. In fact, your campaign right now is under federal investigation for how you illegally got access to my records. So to say that right now, and I think you're trying to divert from the fact that you killed tens of thousands of people by printing your misinformation, your propaganda, and then getting paid to develop an app so that people could more easily get the opioids once they were addicted. Families across the state deserve to know more about that.
Mr. Ciutarelli, you get 15 seconds.
The difference between me and the Congresswoman, I got to walk at my college graduation. I've never broken the law. She had to pay federal fines for breaking federal law on stock trades and stock reporting. And the New York Times reports was trading defense stocks while sitting on the House Armed Services Committee.
Oh, imagine that. A bunch of scumbags running for office.
Yep. And they wonder why that race is close.
Right.
That's why. Like, get a real candidate.
We had better debates in high school.
I know. They're so bad. That was so painful. And that was a snippet. Could you imagine? That was probably an hour long.
That was hard to get through that part.
I know. I apologize to all of our viewers and listeners. I should do a better job of She can think before you do things. Jesus. Speaking of corporate bullshit Democrats, guess who decided to hop in to Maine Senate race? None other than 70-something-year-old fucking current sitting governor Janet Mills. Now, Janet Mills has done a pretty good job as governor of Maine, but she's almost motherfucking 80, and we have a giant amount of support and momentum behind a Democratic candidate already in Graham Plattner. But it's not good enough for the Democratic establishment. So this 77-year-old governor has jumped into the race. Guys, are you as frustrated as I am with the gerontocracy?
I mean, I am.
Yeah.
I'm pretty outspoken about how these million-year-old fossils need to get the fuck out of our way. Like, what are you doing? And then that just splits the vote. What are you doing? Because the other fossils are going to vote with the fucking fossil.
Yeah.
And it's going to split the votes from Graham, and it's going to fuck up everything.
Well, I've got good news on that front, but Jake, what do you think?
Get out of the way.
Get the fuck
No
out of
one
the
wants
way.
you here. Get out of the way.
Yeah.
You're just slowing everything down.
How about the ego involved in that to be like, oh, only I can fill this seat. I, Janet Mills, am I the only one who can fill this seat, so I can't retire.
Do they still have that cognitive reasoning at that age?
Who the fuck knows? I don't even know if she drives herself. Here's the thing. My favorite, I hope not. My favorite politician, Chuck Schumer, is the one giving her money. It's him and the DSCC that are behind basically coercing her into running in this motherfucking race. So way to go, Chuck. You could not be more useless if you fucking tried. Get the fuck out of the way already, all of you. But here's the good news, fellas. Maine has ranked choice voting. So in the primary, he's gonna get to run head to head with her. Her and these other candidates are going to fucking punch it out. And it's going to come down to a two-person race between them before it's a two-person race between them and Susan Collins. So I am excited to watch another establishment Democrat get absolutely fucking pummeled in this race. And this one will be even more important than the New York one because this is some place that is, well, it's not New York. So it's not still so Democrat or whatever. And it's also against another Democrat who didn't like rape a bunch of girls like Andrew Cuomo. So, she's a little bit more qualified, even if she is a couple of decades older. So yeah, this will be an interesting one. And I don't think she has a fucking chance. You guys think this knowing that it's ranked choice, do you feel any anxiety for Graham Plattner's campaign?
No, I think that he'll beat her.
Yeah.
I would hope so.
Yeah. It's a great argument for this ranked choice voting. This is why the establishment hates it so much.
The thing that pisses me off the most is the Republicans have now, like, in Congress and all the way down the line, they've all fallen in line with Trump. Okay. The Democrat side can't even pick a fucking individual at the state level to represent them. Like they're like the old establishment Democrats are just standing in the way of any real progress being made. What the actual people want, the voice of the people is in people like Graham. It's not in Chuck Schumer. It's not in Hakeem Jeffries. It's not in those people. It is in the younger generation. They are living it. They understand what is happening. And the establishment just stands in the way constantly. So we can't even put forth these people because they just try and make it more and more difficult because they're not willing to like regime change, if you will, to like the new actual progression of America. Like if you don't understand that America needs real change right now, then you're not paying attention. That's what Donald Trump promised his followers was real change. Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, they got exactly what we told them they would get. But he promised them change and he didn't deliver, but that's what he promised them. And these younger generations are offering change and we're not we're just like standing in the way. Democrats are just standing in the
Or
way.
like, nah, you can have status quo or you can have authoritarianism,
Mhm.
and you can't have anything else.
That's it. Yeah, status quo or authoritarianism, exactly.
And that, I mean, that was basically the argument that Booker made on that podcast too. It's like, well, no, it is not good enough actually, because it's not a very far cry from authoritarianism as it is. And the thing, like you just think back, like the Obama presidency was such a letdown in the second half of that in his second term. It was just like by the time it was over, like he was utilizing all the powers. He did not only did he not prosecute George W. Bush, he started using the same powers to drone strike places. Like they didn't close this door. They could have closed this door back then, but they didn't because they're just as greedy and power hungry, this establishment, right? They are the reason that people can't see the difference between the two parties, even though they are different. People can't see it because of people like them, you know? Because they won't draw the contrast, because they don't want the contrast. They're just MAGA light. They all want the status quo.
Because the establishment is two birds of the same, or two feathers of the same bird.
It's that old adage. You guys remember this one? The older you get, the more conservative you get, right? You've heard that. That's and that has been true up through like Gen X, but like since the disillusionment of millennials and Gen Zers is so high, and that we know that we won't retire, we won't, we'll be paying a mortgage to the day we fucking die, like if we're lucky enough to own a home, because we know all these things on an overvalued home that's not worth nearly what we're going to pay for it. Like we know these things and have known these things, and they keep getting worse. So we're not getting more conservative. We're getting more progressive. But the problem with that older generation is that was pretty good for them. The internet bubble and the internet boom did them pretty good. A lot of people benefited, and especially politicians, and they just were comfortable with the status quo. And they didn't want to rock the boat too fucking hard. So we bailed out banks, we bailed out businesses, we bailed out whoever we needed to bail out just to keep things floating and moving along the way that they are. We punished nobody for white collar crime. And we just let these things stay corrupt, and they got more and more and more corrupt. And, we passed the Patriot Act. There was some outcry. And now we have fucking Palantir behind me listening in my light bulb.
That's the truth. The Patriot Act fucked this country, bro.
For sure. And we had the opportunity, 8 years of Democratic presidency, to close that door. But we chose to keep it open because I don't know. You'd have to ask him. Nope. What a return to normal, but the normal had been destroyed already. Biggest fuck up. One of the biggest fuck ups ever.
Oh, the Patriot Act is the guise for everything that is happening today. Like it is the foundation for everything that is taking place in America right now.
If the Heritage Foundation had built their plan for the unitary executive theory in like the mid 80s, and when they passed the Patriot Act, I bet they all shit their pants.
There was no way we got this off.
No, you're fucking with me. They wouldn't do that. They just hand it to us like that. Oh my God. Probably, and by then, like that's why they got cocky. They're like, oh, so I guess why don't we try for immunity, presidential immunity, And you know what? And not for nothing, those drone strikes with Obama, it didn't hurt their case. They're like, listen, everybody does it. What are you gonna do? Go back,
right.
What are you gonna do? You gonna go back in time and prosecute him? No, you ain't. So guess what? It was a bad case. It was a shitty case. It never should have passed. It never should have passed the Supreme Court. But in the court of public opinion, it muddied the waters quite a bit. So, yeah, you got to consider these things. You know what I mean? Because you have to fix these things going forward. If we are lucky enough to take back this government from the Nazis, we can't just fucking leave things the way they are. There has to be major changes, major loopholes closed. Real fucking got to put some spikes in this goddamn checks and balances. Because as it stands, they just relying on people to do the right thing just ain't working out. When you can elect 220 some cucks to Congress who just don't care about their own power at all, what's the Constitution? All right.
The Constitution.
Just a piece of fucking paper, I suppose. Alrighty. So I've got Jake, you ready with these? We've got some news today. It broke. These text messages were leaked from a group of young Republicans, and I don't just mean Republicans who are young, that is an actual group. Goes around and recruits college kids. They've been around for a good long time, long enough for my uncle to have been a part of one. And got his picture with fucking Ronnie Reagan. Jake, you old enough to remember that? He had a picture of him and Reagan in front of the White House.
No.
Yeah. So yeah, that's what they are. That's what they do. And these are the text messages that leaked from these young Republicans. Things like this: everyone that votes no is going to the gas chamber, and everyone that endorsed but then votes for us is going to the gas chamber. One of the assholes asked, "When do we start the bullying, dude?" And the other guy replies, "We have a solid 3 people who can probably have them want to jump. If they vote for us, why would they be gassed?" Next.
Hmm.
This is just, I don't know, confirmation. Guys, I'm ready to watch people burn now. And the reply comes, "We got to pretend that we like them. Hey, come on in, take a nice shower and relax," and boom, they're dead. This is an example. They said other things. Jake, you got the big spread?
Yeah.
Give me the big spread. They everything that ranged from racist. I'd go to the zoo if I wanted to watch monkeys play ball. Um, we are officially under consideration for Trump's endorsement. Great, I love Hitler. Uh, when do we bring that side out? You're giving nationals too much credit and expecting the Jews to be honest. So anti-Semitism, check.
Stay in the closet, faggot.
There it is. I was looking for that one. Stay in the closet, faggot. This girl is fully or retarded. They love the watermelon people. He also hates the Jews. Kick the bitch. If we ever had a leak of this chat, we would be cooked for real, for real. Well, guess what, assholes? You're probably fine. You're probably fine. I doubt you're even gonna get reprimanded. This is Trump's America.
Yeah, what do you mean? You're just saying the stuff that you openly say on Facebook.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. This
Not
is
even. I'm certainly not surprised that this is the banter that they have amongst them.
Yeah, these people work for and around politicians, and regularly interact with senators and stuff. So it is a little bit of a big deal. It is a big deal. It's a big deal. It should be a much bigger deal. But if you've ever seen X, like you wouldn't be shocked by this. Um, but Jake, the one thing that bothers me more, beyond how disgusting all their words are, is these people want to know when the bullying starts. And I think now might be a pretty good time. So why don't you put up some pictures of these people from the text messages and let's take a look at who they are. Holy shit. All right, so this kid's got the Amish beard, the fucking transition lenses, what's probably an Israel pin there on his jacket. Yeah. Was that what that is? I don't know
I
what
don't know.
that I don't know what that one is. Anyway, just this kid looks like he's 47 years old. I don't know what part of young Republican this is, but like I guess 50 is young for a Republican, maybe.
The neckbeard is crazy work.
I didn't know the Amish voted.
Yeah, I thought they were like very anti the establishment.
Non-politics. This is the man. This is the man who wants control over women's bodies with a neck
Yeah.
beard, with a neck beard like that. Jesus Christ. You can smell the flop sweat from here. Just an absolute trash bag. All right, who else you got, Jake? Oh,
This is the one.
Oh, that's a big boy. That's a fucking tooth balloon. What is that?
Do you think his barber forgot to fade the other part, so he just kept going?
It does look like he got up halfway through his haircut. The fucking neck on that shirt is doing too much work. Jesus
This is
Christ.
the future of the Republican Party.
Fucking Chip Ahoy over here. This dude is just a fucking, just fucking huge. And I mean, honestly, I don't care if you are like be fat, but like don't be an asshole or fucking get made fun of. This dude, it's so fucking. He's got like the chipmunk teeth going on too.
Hmm.
Unreal. Who else you got, Jake? Other than fucking Rescue Ranger over there, Monterey Jack. Oh, oh, God. He's got that fucking vampire skin.
Yeah, he's a little transparent.
Yeah, like
You
the
know, the
fuck.
other day I asked you how Arby's was still in business. I think I found out why.
That's the human horsey sauce.
This is crazy. I'm like, oh, here we go.
Holy shnikes. Jesus Christ. This does kind of look like that scene from Tommy Boy where he's like addressing the workers from the podium.
Mm.
You know? I'm not my dad.
I take back everything I've ever said. Actually, keep the old ones in there. Don't.
Yeah. Wait a second.
Yeah, I lied about everything I've ever said.
Oh shit. Oh my God. What the fuck? And that helmet hairpiece thing that he's wearing. Christ almighty. Unbelievable. He looks windburnt from the fucking fan.
Wind burnt from the fan.
What the? That's all right. I'm surprised there's no Israel flag there. Where's the flag of the United States of
Other
Israel?
side. It's on the other side.
Yeah, for sure. Just the other angle. Oh,
Um,
oh,
that's
dude. Did you not see what they did to Vivek? You need to get out before they fucking throw you out, bro. That's
Or the
crazy.
leopards eat your face.
He's
Leopards are
sitting
coming.
like he's grandma's favorite.
He said like he stole a cookie.
That's crazy.
Or he farted in the elevator and he's waiting for people to smell it. Oh my God. They're all just completely unlovable. Like I'm sure their mothers just, you know, tolerate them.
This
You know,
political run
that's
doesn't. This,
he
this
did a
political
cookie
run.
in Snapchat and is like, I know you don't think I'm hot, but you know, nice guys deserve a try too.
Oh, you know he sends that text message every day on
Um,
Grindr.
you're out of my league, but you know, you're just so pretty.
Uh, if this political run doesn't work for him, he is absolutely going to be an assistant principal somewhere.
Aw. Aw.
Yeah, I'm sure. That's some fucking school in Oklahoma with the Ten Commandments on the wall.
You know that dude bailed, right? Speaking of that,
Stitt?
yeah,
What did he do?
he bailed. The dude run in Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Yeah, he bailed on it, and he's running. Oh man, we got. I got to send you a clip on it or something. But he bailed, and he's working for a private organization now. He's not even running. He's not involved in the state anymore at all.
Oh, really?
The Oklahoma. Yeah, he resigned.
Oh, you're thinking of that's not the Oklahoma governor though. That's the Oklahoma state Senate something or I
Yeah, the
don't know.
guy who initially was like, "Hey, we're putting the Ten Commandments in the schools
Yeah,
and
the
giving
one.
everybody Trump Bibles."
Yeah. Stitt's still the governor though. He's like
Oh yeah.
he's still the governor of he's still like they do like the rotating head of the governors association and he's
Mm-hmm.
still the head. And even this guy, the guy who fucking hawks Trump Bibles off his desk, uh even he said that the National Guard in cities was too far. So, you know, no big deal. All right. Did I miss anything?
So I think that was a pretty solid one.
All right, cool. I got something funny to share with you guys before we go. Um, you know, and I just want this in the context of everybody remember, please find your spot October 18th. That's Saturday, this Saturday, for the No Kings rally. Get out there, have some fun, like meet some people, be joyful because we're going to take this fucking thing and we're going to do it. Like we don't get a lot of, there's not a lot of opportunity for good things to happen, but this is a good thing. So fucking get out there and enjoy it. Be loud, be joyful, stay the fuck out of trouble. Uh, wear a frog costume. And remember that you have a First Amendment right. And in case you forget, let this man remind you.
I say what I want to say. I got a freedom of speech regardless of what Donald Trump think. I can say what the fuck I want to say.
What do you want to say to Donald Trump?
Fuck Donald Trump. Die from natural causes. Pam Bundy an idiot. Christy Nome ugly. Fuck Donald Trump. Get the fuck out of our city. Basically, quit racial profiling people. And I just hate all this shit. I hate them.
Why is it pissing you off so much?
Because they racist. I know deep down it's all like some racist shit. You see the shit all over the news and all over the TV saying this dumbass shit they saying that day and all this dumbass shit they doing and shit. Once I rolled past here and saw people protesting shit, I don't know. I just want to be heard. They just some fucking idiots, man. I don't know. There ain't really no other way to put it. They racist. And they don't like me and I don't like them. And, they got a problem with a motherfucker like me, but they love Charlie Kirk. Like, what the fuck? Charlie Kirk's a piece of shit. I don't get no fuck. I got a job, too. I don't get no fuck. Dox me. You better not pull up where I be at. Charlie Kirk running around saying stupid ass, racist ass shit, all type of dumb ass shit. They call him a patriot and he was a piece of shit. He was a racist. Said if he see a black pilot, he wonder is he qualified. He a piece of shit, bro. Like, he the one said that a couple gun deaths is okay for the Second Amendment. He said that shit. Then when he get shot, we all supposed to cry. He was talking shit the minute the bullet hit his neck. He's still talking shit. His stupid ass wife still out here being racist and trying to throw Super Bowl shows. They dumb as hell in Bad Bunny, Puerto Rican. They don't even know he American. They just racist. Like, they just see, oh, he's brown. He just racist, bro. So fuck all of them.
Hell yeah, let that be your anthem.
Right.
Let that be your anthem. Absolutely glorious. Oh, I just in postscript, President Trump decided to give the Presidential Medal of Freedom posthumously to Charlie Kirk today in a very awkward exchange with Erica Kirk, who insisted she had seen her husband pray for his enemies, even though Donald Trump said probably not. I tend to think he's probably
Did he grab her ass?
I didn't watch the whole thing, so I couldn't tell you for sure. But yes, of course he did, Brad. That's what the man does. Like, I don't know if he did it on camera or not, but he definitely fucking grabbed something. And if he grabbed her ass, it's because he missed on the way to her pussy, because that's what he does. Like, that's not me saying it. That's just him, because he's a giant fucking piece of shit. He's an adjudicated rapist. He's a fucking pedophile. He's in those goddamn Trumpstein files. He is the head.
Great pussy.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
In tremendous numbers. And we do tremendous numbers. Speaking of tremendous numbers, help us get some tremendous numbers. Like and subscribe. Check us out on YouTube. We're also on Substack. You can free subscribe on Substack to get our show early. You can listen to us on Apple Pods and Spotify. You can check us out on TikTok, Instagram, and Threads. There is an option for a paid subscription on Substack if you're feeling extra generous. And if you want one of our union-made, union-printed t-shirts, you can visit derealizationnation.com and swoop one up before the tariffs hit them.
Buy some merch.
Buy it up. Thanks for watching, listening. Thanks for making the Derealization Nation a thing. We appreciate you guys. We love you very much. And we'll see you soon. Until next time, I'm John.
I'm Jake.
And I'm Brad.
And that's what's left.
Saturday, October 18th. Be there.